everybody, hello my friends. Welcome to the island of Ki-West. We are not at the old Ki-West resort in Disney. We are actually down in Ki-West for a little sunset bike ride. So welcome everybody, welcome to our friends on Ride on the Rock on our YouTube channel, and welcome streaming the magic. Hope you enjoy the sights and sounds of Ki-West. So tonight we're gonna do a little Backstreet Bike Ride, so off the hidden path. I mean, obviously off the beaten path. We're going into the hidden areas of the island, the ones that you don't get to see too often if you are in Ki-West. Of course, we do have palm trees, we have lots of water, and we are actually up here in an area called Garrison Bight. Again, it's an area where you don't come too often if you are in downtown, if you come in on a cruise ship, for example. So this area is a little bit further up north. There unfortunately is a pretty big road right here, but you do have a couple of houseboats over there. This is a little bay. You can get out on the open water under that bridge. And if you are following us up over on our YouTube channel, we also have a live location tracker running, so you can come and check wherever we are at any given point of this stream if you are interested. If you've been to Ki-West and don't recognize the area, or if you see something that you really like on your next trip to Ki-West. We are roughly 6 hours away from Orlando, for those of you who are watching us with Disney in mind. Down from Orlando to Miami would be about 2.5 hours, and then afterwards it's Highway 1. It's a little road. It's not very far, but we do have a lot of speed restrictions on the road. So it's a scenic drive down, and I'm sure you will recognize a lot of things that you can see around. Your typical idea of what's going on an island. So we have roughly 26,000 inhabitants down here, and this area where we are, so Garrison Bight, is also, as you can see, kind of the parking garage for our tiki cruises. So there were 3 over here. There were 2 more in downtown. If you want to see more of downtown Ki-West, we do have a sunset walk that we normally do on Friday evening. So those are our 2 quiet sunset streams, relaxing, little evening strolls. And if you are watching on Streaming the Magic, I am currently looking at putting together a stream that's kind of looking at the architecture of Ki-West versus the old Ki-West resort. As you know, that was the very first Disney vacation club. So there's a lot to say where the Imagineers got their inspiration from. So I invite you to kind of already start and have a little look around. But I'm gonna go way more into detail on that. That's gonna be an exclusive stream. This one is multi-streamed from our YouTube channel. So we are live on YouTube, on our channel Ride on the Rock, as well as Streaming the Magic. Don't hesitate if you have any questions. And as I said, this is a laid-back sunset bike ride. So we are off into the little streets. And a special welcome to our Kong clan. Hello, Guess It Up and Annie, Kelly Racer, Jason, Diane, Yvette. Oh, I'm pronouncing it the French way. I will Hey Big Bear, Sandy and Tammy, hey Bev, Richard, Hunka, Jason, Mary, Scott, Michael, hello Ki-West 444, hope you're enjoying your stay here in Ki-West. Hello Brian. And we have Scott, we have Peggy, we have Mario. I hope I'm not missing out on anybody, sorry. You guys have been chatting, I have a lot of names here, trying to follow up here on my little control screen. It's not easy riding a bike. Hello Miss Bethy, hey Mike. So I'm missing a couple of arms. So again, if you're interested to see where we are, we do have a live tracker that's going to tell you where we are at any given point in this stream. So you can see these are the little back streets of Ki-West. Lots and lots of greenery. Let me double check if our tracker is working. Of course, we are a little off the beaten path here. We are up here. So if you're familiar with Ki-West, the downtown area would be here. This is where the cruise ships stop, including our Disney Cruise Lines. And we are here in this little area called the Meadows. So this is Garrison Bight, where we just were, and this is where you access the open water. And we are going to go through these little streets here, head all the way down here to the Truman waterfront area, and hopefully we're gonna have a nice sunset tonight. It's slightly cloudy. We have quite some wind. I hope the windshield is gonna be, the windscreen is gonna be fine. You don't have too much wind noise here. I also highly recommend grabbing a drink and maybe putting up your favorite soundtrack. Little background music. Unfortunately, we cannot do this because of the copyright issues on the social media platforms, but that doesn't mean that you cannot pull up your favorite music. Go ahead, play it in the background as you are riding through the back streets of Ki-West. And I do know that my bike makes some noise. Of course, there is so much vegetation over here that you don't really get to see the architecture here. But we will get around to some areas where it's a little bit less green and you might actually see some of our local architecture here. Our local wooden houses. Some of them smaller, those would be what we call the conch cottages. actually can show you this. So one typical piece of architecture that we have here, and I think that you do have a lot in the South, generally speaking, is that paint blue ceiling that you see a lot on the porches here. And this is, okay, this one probably, I'm not sure you can see the color really well. It's like a really light blue with a slight hint of green. So this is meant to keep the spirits away, the bad spirits, because they don't cross water. So they put the color on the porch, hoping that the bad spirits stay outside, so you only have positive vibes in your house. So you see that a lot here, and you can see that a lot in architecture inspired by Ki-West. Of course, all the colors are really light and bright. It gets really hot here on the island. We just start having triple-digit temperatures, feels like temperatures, about 10 days to 2 weeks ago. Looks like they really didn't want to have any bad spirits. They kind of paint the whole house blue. It's not exactly haint blue. Haint blue would be a little bit lighter and have a touch more green in it. As I mentioned before, quite windy tonight. I guess later at the Truman waterfront it's going to be really windy. We have a felt like temperature of 98 right now at almost 7 p.m. The official temperature is 86. So with the 12 degrees difference, you can tell that we do have quite some humidity today. And of course we have a lot of haunted places here. A lot of these houses are from the late 1890s to 1920s, all very well preserved. We have haunted bars. If you're not familiar with the story of Robert the Doll, I invite you to Google it. And if you ever come to Key West, you have to do a ghost tour, whether you like the walking version or the one with the trolley. The one with the trolley actually goes out to sea, the actual Robert the Doll, inspiration for Chucky. This is one of our nicely redone roads with a dedicated bike lane. So a lot of people get around on the island with a bike or a trike. Simply because it is a small island, 2 by 4 miles. It's also not very hilly. So here are lots of little lanes. Plus you see some of those lanes are pretty difficult to access by car. A lot of houses don't even have a parking space. And some do, it's just a little bit more difficult to maneuver here. Guys, let me know if that location tracker is still working. It does show up on my screen. Now this is an interesting one. Even though this lane existed. It said lane though, so I'm wondering if we, or do we have to turn around? Nope, this is interesting. I've never even heard of this lane. Stickney Lane. I would actually be curious to count the number of little lanes that we have on the island. And it's not always obvious to tell if you can actually take it and end up on another road or if it's just like a dead end. Okay, this one here, I am pretty sure runs through at least for a block or two. And from there, we'll head over to Southern Street and to the Truman waterfront to see if there are some nice colors for the sunset tonight. Okay, speed bumps on the trike. One-handed, here we go. Yes, did it. This is the only lane on the island that has speed bumps. This is the first time I ever see this. And again, this one is pretty long. And we will be headed this way. And for those of you who didn't know, we have wild chickens roaming on the island. In case you were wondering why you keep hearing chickens in the background. They are kind of the numerous island pets. Natural pest control, actually. That's why we have them mainly. They are descendants of the pest control chickens that have been brought in. And some of them are descendants of the cockfight chickens, roosters, I should say, that have been brought in. So we are closer to Havana here, so we're closer to Cuba than we are to Miami. We're also closer to Havana than we are to the next Walmart. Here is one of our famous Cuban sandwich and coffee places called Five Brothers. Again, slightly off the beaten path, but definitely worth a visit. And we have some pretty insane stuff growing on the island. Thank you, Gas It Up, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you. So official sunset time is in about 10 minutes, so we're going to be right on time at the Truman waterfront. So the Truman waterfront, the Truman Annex, used to be part of the Navy base, has been developed into a residential area. Partially, of course, the Navy is still stationed there. So it's a newly developed area, and it's got a big park that is really nice to bike to. You can bike around. It's really wide and open space. Hello, kitty. Excuse me. We also have some cats roaming. Not enough, but you can never have enough cats. And so the Truman waterfront is a nice spot if you prefer to come and see the sunset in a slightly quieter surrounding, a little bit more mellow. Of course, we have the world famous Melrose Square sunset celebration, which, by the way, we're going to do on Friday if you're interested in seeing that. If you haven't, so tonight is kind of the counterpart to that. Less people, lots of space to bike. Although September and October are the quieter months of the year for us here, it's still hurricane season. 2 more months to go before we burn the flag in the hurricane season closure celebration, I guess. So September is still pretty hot here, but now we get some cooler days. And although it says that the felt like temperature is 98 tonight, I have to say the breeze is kind of nice and cool. So we're getting there. We're getting to the season where we can actually open the windows and leave the doors open. And the first Halloween decorations are coming up. But I think one of our next sunset bike rides is going to be more in detail around the cemetery. We're going to keep the cemetery for some Halloween bike rides. So people starting to decorate a little bit. So here we are on the corner of Duval Street and Southern, of course. Of course, you guys know Duval Street. So of course the busy part is that way. This is where we'll be streaming from on Friday, if the weather permits. We had some issues last Friday, so we had to cancel, because when it rains, it does rain here. To our left, famous Green Parrot Bar, a locals bar. They have different things going on every night. Monday was bingo night. The rest of the week it's a lot of live music. They just started doing live music again. Of course, all this was on hold. They still social distancing. They still have these really cool cutouts at the bar, so you can't squeeze too many people at the bar. It's pretty cool. They have outdoor tables. And over here, straight ahead, we have the entrance to the Truman waterfront. And by the way, Jason, right next to the Green Parrot, of course, is a liquor store. And if that's not enough, across from the Green Parrot is the Courthouse Deli that also sells beer. I see you've been asking. It's Ki-Uwest. For some reason, we have a huge amount of bars and a huge amount of churches of pretty much any kind you can imagine. I guess that way you can repent for your sins right the next morning. So this is the Truman Annex that has been developed way more recently. So this is like a modern version of the old Ki-West houses, and our Disney friends are going to recognize a lot of elements from the old Ki-West resort, so the first vacation club. You'll see the common elements. Porches, the posts, of course the horizontal sidings. And I'm not sure you can see it, but yes, underneath the porches it is paint blue, keeping the bad spirits out. Over here you can see it. This one you can probably see it much better. So yes, paint blue, because spirits don't cross water. Little splash pool here. So we also have farmers markets here in this open air area, the park. We do have other events, like when the powerboat races were, so they obviously canceled this year, but the powerboat races, for example, they would like maintain their boats over here. They were pretty much covering this whole area with their boats and all the support teams, and there was food, and it was really cool. There was a lot of space here. So official sunset time should be in about 2 minutes. And here we have our one and only USCGC Ingham, which is now a museum boat. So beautiful open space here. As I mentioned before, this was all Navy ground. And I have been told, so I hope I'm relaying this correctly, that this over here actually was a submarine harbor before the nuclear submarines, and they got too big. It's not that deep, but back in the times where it was regular submarines, this was one of the bases here in Ki-West. We don't have any ships in here tonight, but we still do have military ships here, so they still come for trainings and use this area. We had some science ships here that were anchored here for a while. And of course here our Coast Guard ship, which can be Visit it anytime. They have happy hours on Friday nights. I do think they are currently still on hold though. You can tell it's very peaceful here. Thank you so much, Charles, for the super chat. Glad you enjoy the tours. So tonight is our mellow one. Downtown will be busier on a Friday. And if you're wondering where we are now, in case you can't access the tracker, we are now here. So this pretty much is the whole Truman waterfront here, the whole water area, the submarine harbor here. And famous Mallory Square would be right over here where the aquarium is. So it's right over that way, but it does not connect. So don't come here if you want to go to Mallory Square or vice versa. You have to do it on 2 separate nights if you want to see the sunset in both locations. Thank you, Sandy, for the super chat. By the way, there also is a fitness trail here by the water. So you'll see a lot of locals in the morning and around sunset time. It's kind of our time when we get out of the house, when things finally cool down a little. So here, this is the very end of the Truman Waterfront Park. So on the other side, you would have the Margaritaville Resort, some bars by the water, and then behind that you would have Mallory Square. And as I mentioned before, it is pretty windy, so you're not going to see a lot of boats out tonight. Although the water still seems pretty calm. The wind has calmed down a little bit though. But yeah, not a lot of sunset cruises out and about tonight. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you. Very much appreciated. And Hanka Hanka, thank you guys. You rock, you're the best. By the way, we will be back tomorrow with a music stream from 6:30 till 8ish from Captain Tony's Saloon over on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on Facebook, you can come and check the music out, and we'll be back with a shared sunset stream on Friday night. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. So yeah, we definitely don't have a lot of colors tonight. So fingers crossed for a slightly more impressive sunset on Friday.
And then if I don't, the safety guy comes over and writes me up. Hey, you don't even care about your fucking hard hat or boots. They're writing you up for the fucking mash.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for the super chat over on YouTube. And thank you very much, Jean-Yves. Merci beaucoup. Ah tiens, c'est pas un lapin aujourd'hui. You got more colors today. Thank you very much. In case you were wondering, there are different random alerts that we have depending on whether it's a super chat or PayPal. Little rainbow sheep for Jean-Yves. Our night owl from Lyon in France. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Mary, I know you're coming down soon. I'm trying to remember piecing together when, who's coming when. I remember you moving your trip from May to November, so I guess we'll have another month. Hey, hello! I was just talking. Are you watching? I see. It's really quiet, right? It's totally different from Mallory, and if you have a couple of days.
I've been up here during the day and it's way too hot.
Yeah.
But you gave me a good idea.
On, I know you're leaving Thursday, right? On Thursday they have the farmers market here, which is really nice because they have a bar. Obviously it's Ki-West, and they have, yeah, it's really cool. Cool. Guys, say hi to Ki-West 444. See ya. So yeah, I was just talking about you guys visiting us.
Я буду, может, по 1000 снимать в месяц.
Here we have Ki-Uest 444. I feel kind of bad we didn't have any better colors tonight. But hey, we'll have more sunsets to stream. So again, if this is your first time with us and you want to see more of Ki-Uest, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ride on the Rock, and hit the notification button. We normally try to schedule our streams ahead, but you never know. Right now it's a bit easier because a lot of the events have been cancelled. Although just today we have been told that the Ki-Uest Film Festival is going to happen. They're simply moving it outside, so I'm pretty sure a lot of this is going to happen here at the Truman Waterfront Park. But that's going to be later in November. And we're also on Facebook if you want to have additional information or if you want to get in touch with us. I know we had a lot of people worrying about traveling now, etc. So let us know. And I'm gonna leave you with this view of our Coast Guard ship. And I wish you all a great night. Hope you enjoyed the Trike Ride. And our upcoming streaming schedule is music stream tomorrow from Captain Tony's Saloon, and the sunset walk and island update in Old Town on Friday night, which we will be streaming the magic as well. So guys, enjoy your evening and thanks for watching. See ya.